and gentlemen, the SIFE Team Mannheim is proud that this year's National Cup is hosted by our business advisor, Freudenberg.
Good afternoon. My name is Luise and here is today's presentation team.
I'm Tim. My name is Philip.
And I'm Thomas.
Good afternoon, I'm Fabian. Complementing our team today is Pascal. We all welcome you to the Rhein-Neckar region and hope you're having a great time here.
The Rhein-Neckar region is dominated by the city of Mannheim, which lies at its heart.
Within its 400-year-long history, Mannheim has brought several inventions to mankind. Among these are the two-wheeler, the automobile, the tractor and the rocket plane.
The region kept its track record of innovations and is nowadays an important technological and economic center in Germany, hosting global players like BASF, SAP and Böfinger and Berger.
Also culturally, Mannheim is a meeting point for musicians and artists from all over the world.
However, most importantly to ourselves is the University of Mannheim, which features Germany's top-ranked business faculty.
With over 300 international universities as partners and cutting-edge research, we have a vast international profile.
The SIFE Team Mannheim is quickly establishing itself as one of the most important student organizations at the University of Mannheim. In the last year, we experienced an exponential growth.
With our project, we address the big challenges of today's society.
Unemployment,
Aging societies,
Globalization,
Sustainability.
As you will see, we truly tackle societal challenges with entrepreneurial spirit.
out of our current 6 projects, we will present to you our 3 most advanced. When we are presenting the projects to you, the process steps will be highlighted in the upper left corner. And when we are talking about our results, you will see our suggestions for the SIFE criteria on the right side.
Now let's get started with our first project, Chances Up.
In September 2008, we were sitting together discussing a topic that we just read about in the newspaper. Even though there are open apprenticeship positions, there are young people unemployed. They just can't make it to the first job market. In Mannheim, we're talking about a group of 1,215 people. We're just asking ourselves, why?
We decided to address the following core need. There are young people who need to be qualified to get into the job market.
There's a huge challenge,
And
this is how we tackle it.
So we came up with the idea to create a supermobile, a foodware that sells soups to local businesses. And the clue is that these soups are prepared and sold by young, unemployed people. That way, they will learn to take responsibility and live their self-esteem. As a consequence, their long-term chances on the job market will increase. Chances up!
That's brilliant, but don't we need a kitchen? What about the car? And most importantly, where do we get the young unemployed people from?
So it wasn't quite that easy. We first had to find a partner with the proper infrastructure.
There are several social institutions which tackling this issue. One of those is Arbeit für alle.
Arbeit für alle is a social institution in Mannheim which is working with young unemployed persons in the following service units.
Kaffee neu, catering and Mittagstisch.
Now let's listen to Laima. She's going to tell us more about Arbeit für alle.
Ich bin hier in AFA als Teamleiter eingestellt, im Bereich Catering, Küche und Hauswirtschaft. Wir arbeiten mit arbeitslose Jugendliche bis 25 Jahre. Die werden von Arbeitsamt für uns zugewiesen, weil die sind halt sehr schwer im normalen Arbeitsmarkt vermittelbar.
So to sum it up, Arbeit für alle has the access to a kitchen and more importantly, also has the access to unemployed people.
So all we had to do was to convince them of our idea to install a submobile as an additional business unit.
So, did you?
Yes, we did.
Wait, it's not that easy.
Because Arbeit für alle had its own problems. At Kaffee Neu, they had no traffic, catering, no communication whatsoever, and Mittagstisch, low demand and a tremendous cost issue. And if Arbeit für alle has a problem, the whole thing doesn't work.
It's easily explained that low demand in combination with high cost will lead to low workload and therefore you can employ less people.
At the same time, high demand, and low cost, of course, will lead to a high workload, and therefore we can employ more people.
And this is where our part begins.
Our major goal is to reduce the number of young unemployed people in Mannheim. But first, we would have to improve the business processes of Arbeit für alle.
The manager was delighted to have our support and was eager to learn from our know-how.
Here is what we did in the 3 different business units.
Café Neu.
Café Neu is a coffee shop with an excellent location in Mannheim.
However, it's hardly known by anybody, and people passing by don't even realize that there actually is a cafe.
It was a shame, because the people working in there actually had nothing to do. They were just standing around all day long.
So you really had to do something about it.
We applied the marketing mix to generate more traffic in the cafe.
Product.
We introduced the Café Neubecher. For just 15 euros, the buyer gets a coffee or a tea flat rate until the end of this year.
Pricing.
We implemented a whole new pricing system.
Every product only costs €1.
We implemented this super simple pricing system because it perfectly fits to our main target group, pupils and students.
Promotion.
And we completely relaunched the Café Neu. This is how it looked before, and this is how it looks now. Based on a completely new concept, we came up with a new menu, we redesigned flyers, and we also integrated a customer retention program. What you can see here is the bonus card for muffins.
What are the results?
To sum it up, we generated a turnover boost of 200% in the first week, and more importantly, we created an entirely new job.
But why do we need one more employee now?
The workload of Café Neu can no longer be handled by just one person. That is because now there actually are customers.
So let's move on to our next field of optimization, which is catering.
As we have mentioned before, there was hardly any communication. We believe that the internet is especially for catering the central communication instrument.
This is the old homepage. It didn't feature the catering service at all. This is our new homepage, which fits perfectly into the corporate identity of the cafe.
As a second improvement, we proposed a new product portfolio and simplified the calculation of gross margins.
For the future, we expect higher demand at lower costs.
The third and biggest unit we optimized is the Mittagstisch.
The Mittagstisch offers daily meals for about 60 customers.
To assess the optimization potential, we carried out a customer survey involving 140 customers.
We revealed 2 major problem areas and derived the following implications.
First, the atmosphere of the dining room was really unattractive.
We addressed these problems with several enhancements for the ambience.
Moreover, we recommend our partner to invest 7,000 euros in a professional lunch counter in order to comply with German food regulations.
Now it gets really interesting.
Assessing the annual report, we found out that the cost-revenue ratio was 54%. This means for products bought at a price of 54 euros, they generate a revenue of 100.
Even high-class professional restaurants reach target ratios of only 30%.
So what could we do in order to decrease this ratio?
As in any business, you can either reduce costs or increase revenue.
Based on our causality analysis, we found out that in our case, there is no significant relation between the input cost and the customer satisfaction.
Therefore, we assessed the meal ingredients in terms of quality and size.
In order to avoid a quality overkill, we replace luxury products by cheaper components. To give you one example, we replaced buffalo mozzarella by normal mozzarella.
And in a negotiation with all relevant stakeholders, we redefined the target ratio to 37%.
It's easy to define such a goal, but actually, how do you follow up on it?
We implemented a self-programmed cost analysis tool with an integrated break-even analysis.
This tool made the cost analysis way easier and more transparent.
This is a major improvement for the whole process of planning and forecasting.
Based on this tool, we can now set fair goals, and if these goals are reached, employees can be rewarded with things like team building or additional equipment.